Time for another edition of Litter Media Live. This is the Tuesday edition, and we're talking about September 16th of 2025, which is ingrained in my mind as my cousin Kathy's birthday. We were 2 peas in a pod as kids, and so, cuz, happy birthday.
He did say peas in a pod.
Yes.
Not 2 peas in a pot. It takes on a whole new meaning.
I'm trying to think if we ever... Maybe,
no, probably not.
There might have been a camping story that goes along with peeing in a pot at some point in time. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. As you joined us on this program yesterday, we were having issues with our website. Those issues are not fixed just yet as of 11 a.m. on Tuesday, September 16th. But we're hoping to get that resolved today. So thank you for your patience. We appreciate that. We, however, can still update you with news here on YouTube and on Facebook. And so we're going to do that today in this program. News, weather, and sports just ahead. But first, let's look at that forecast.
Still more sunshine and dry conditions. My yard is saying, help, rain. Highs in the mid to upper 80s, close to 90 actually. Overnight lows of 62. I think it was 66 when I left the house this morning. And originally I saw a chance of rain for the weekend, and then this morning it looks like it's early. They just keep pushing it farther and farther away. So, yeah, we need some rain, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime in the next few days.
My granddaughter, Miss Amelia, has the solution. She said, what we need to do, Pop, is get a bucket of water and fly a plane over the grass and just pour it all over it. I
Cloud seeding.
You mean like when they try and they put out the forest fires? Yeah, we need to do that for our grass. And then it'll be this big sucking sound, as she said.
We were in Amanda on Sunday, and they're taking beans off the field. Yeah. And I've seen corn coming off up in a couple of fields up that way. So
I drive out Route 50 a lot, and last night as I was heading home, I was approaching Jones Levee Road, and all the corn that's on this side, on the what would be the south side of US 50, is just ready for picking.
Yeah.
And then there's this field where it always floods when it does rain, and I've never seen them until this year, maybe last year, they put corn there. It is still green as can be. Right. And so the division of Route 50, wet, coming off all that rain off the hillside, is keeping this corn going, but all this over here is ready to go. So, and maybe that was so wet they couldn't plant it until later, too.
Or replanted.
Yeah.
They have to do that sometimes,
very well, could be that as well. All right. Coming up in a moment to look at what's making news for us. But first, let's take a moment to share with you about the news about Skag. The inventory clearance sale continues at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. With prices so low, you probably think they've lost their minds. But I'm telling you, they're losing all of the inventory because it's going off the floor. Choose from a wide selection, it's dwindling even as we speak, of Skag mowing equipment. You better hurry and get in. Once the clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, and so are the low prices with them. So check out our friends at Hometown. You can give them a call at 740-773-8826. Better yet, stop in at 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
Normally at this point, we would tell you to go to littermedia.com to check out what's going on, but you'll see that it's February of 2022 if you do that right now. But
Man, I slept a long time.
Yeah, you are Rip Van Winkle. Just where's the beard?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just an issue we're working out with our website. We do have news for you that we'll share right through our X page, our Facebook page as well. You'll be able to follow along with a lot of that too. So, and once we get that website working up again, we'll be ready there too. All right, let's jump right into the news this morning.
Yeah, we had a couple of special editions here over the last 2 days, including this morning. We had Steve Clever of the Ross County YMCA in talking about their annual fund drive campaign that runs through the end of the month.
The easiest way would be go to our website, rosscountymca.org/give, and they can support the campaign that way. And we do a lot of recognition for our donors and supporters in our community, inside our building and through our web presence. We actually have a golf outing this weekend at the country club, and so we would certainly accept sponsors for that if they'd love to give. This is a perfect time for that. That fundraiser, 100% of those proceeds go to the campaign and the community work we do. And then they can stop in the Y, right? We would love to give a tour to somebody who's thinking about making a gift to the Y, and just tell them all about the things we do and show them what we do.
And as Steve pointed out in our interview, if you ever thought that Y memberships support all of the things they need to fund, not even close. So if you have some extra change sitting around the house, you might think about donating to the YMCA. It's been around Chillicothe since 1867. Mm-hmm. Amazing the work that they also do in our community.
Another conversation we had was yesterday in studio with Brent Sherritt, and Brent is talking about the John Rogers Simon Sorghum Festival through the Arc of Appalachia. It's coming to the Scioto County Historic Farm the last weekend in September.
In fact, this year we have some additions that we weren't able to have join us in previous years. We have draft horses, a team of draft horses coming out. They'll be demonstrating plowing. And, of course, we have sorghum. We'll be making sorghum both on Saturday and Sunday. We have musicians coming from throughout the area. We have a group from Kentucky called Kentucky Memories who are going to come and play. We have another group from this region called what was it called? Porch Goose, another traditional music group. And then there'll be music circles, people jamming in music circles around the farm.
The Simon Farm is in West Portsmouth. It's an 8721 Carey's Run. That's just off of Ohio 73. And the festival itself is the 27th and 28th of September.
Chillicothe Safety Service Department has announced that the flashing lights above the intersection of West 2nd Street and North Walnut Street will be removed this Thursday. Following a review by the Engineering and Service Departments, it was determined that the existing flashing lights are no longer necessary under current best practices. Please note that the stop signs themselves will remain in place. Temporary signage will be installed to clearly indicate the updated traffic light change.
And the old Chillicothe City Bus Garage structure is coming down. And the reason for this is to make room for the Regional Visitors Center for the UNESCO World Heritage Hopewell Ceremonial Earthworks. I was asked yesterday, when is this going to be up and running? Well, the hope and the plan should be by the end of 2026. And the reason for that is all that grant money making this possible needs to be spent before 2026 is complete. So looking forward to that.
Not sure when that photo was taken, but Sunday when we drove through there, it was gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone. While Northfork Animal Clinic building is still under construction after the fire they had several months back, they will be seeing patients out of this temporary building at the same address. Starting tomorrow, Northfork will be offering wellness and vaccine clinics, non-emergency sick visits. For now, they don't have in-house blood work or x-rays, but can send blood work out and usually have results back within a couple of business days. Also, medication pickup will also be available as of tomorrow.
Yes. If you ever look forward for a Wednesday, your pets are looking forward tomorrow, certainly. The Ohio Department of Education and Workforce has released the 2025 Ohio School District Report Cards, which highlight the continued progress of districts and schools across the state. Districts and schools receive overall ratings of 1 to 5 stars, 5 being the better, in half-star increments. This year, more than 90% of the districts earned overall ratings of 3 stars or higher, meaning they met or exceeded state expectations for performance. You will hopefully be able to go to our website, Story, to see how your local district fared.
It was up and running for 30 minutes, and I was able to get that posted before it went down again. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has announced that the Small Business Administration has approved his request for a disaster declaration for flooding that impacted Fairfield County from July 26th through 28th. This declaration makes low-interest loans available to impacted homes and businesses that sustain uninsured losses of 40% or more of the estimated fair replacement value. Now, Fairfield County and the contiguous counties of Franklin, Hocking, Licking, Perry, and Pickaway are eligible to apply for business physical disaster loans. Now, the deadline to apply for the physical damage will be November 12th of this year, but the economic damage application, that deadline isn't until June the 12th of 2026. And that story, too, is on our website once it returns.
Some more news out of Pickaway County. Metzger Preserve at 300 West Ballard Avenue. This is on the outer edge of Williamsport on the west side of town. We'll have a grand opening for their new Storybook Trail. That'll be at 12:30 tomorrow up in Pickaway County.
I think they're going to do a little hike while they're there, too. So if you show up, get your hiking shoes on.
And there's room to roam out there, too.
Yeah. The annual fun community ride on the Paint Creek Recreational Trail, known as the Night Pie Ride, will be Thursday, October the 2nd at 6:30 p.m. You'll be meeting at Hopewell Culture Center. It's on Sulphur Lick Road at the corner of Maple Grove Road. And then you'll ride 7 miles to Frankfort's The Village Scoop for ice cream and pie and served in the Masonic Lodge. You'll then pedal back under the stars, so make sure you bring a light, whether it's one of those, what do they call those lights on the helmet? Like the miners wear.
Miners wear, yeah.
I've seen bikers wear
headlamp?
Headlamp, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or just a conventional light, because you'll need that on your way back to the park if you want to see what's on the trail.
See somebody with their bike helmet and they've duct taped a flashlight to their head or something like that. Before you get into the road report.
Well, let me finish this first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Donations are welcome, because the whole idea of this is 100% of these donations for the ride go to the upkeep of the trail.
Very nice.
Yes.
Wanted to pass along a follow-up to what we shared with you on our Facebook page here last week. The kids at Scioto Elementary in Commercial Point, which is where I went to school, not the same building. That building's gone. They put a new one together. They had done a video, produced a video, and trying to attract the trestle
challenge.
Yeah, the trestle challenge, the fitness challenge. And they won. And guess who's coming to Scioto Elementary tomorrow? Lieutenant Governor, former coach. We used to call him the senator, but he's a lieutenant governor now. Jim Tressel and Ted Ginn Jr. are going to be at Scioto Elementary. I don't know that I'll be able to get up there. I do have a niece who is a teacher at Scioto. Maybe she'll take some footage for us and share for us as best they can.
You make the Uncle Dan call.
Yeah.
This is your Uncle Dan speaking.
That's right. Remember all those years we've helped you? You can help me.
Help me out there. What's Jerry Maguire? Help me, help you. Right. Our road report is in Pickaway County. The engineer there has closed Yankeetown Pike between Alkire Road and Stone Rock Road through November the 21st because of a bridge replacement.
Coming up, a look at sports and this date in history. No drawing for today. We've got an image we get to share.
Actually, a picture.
Details in just a moment. But first, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Your trusted comfort advisor. They're always on target for your needs. It's something that they used to use as an advertising slogan. Well, when you click on this ad, anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, it takes you to their website. That is accuratehvac.com. So if you're a business or you're a residence, you have some issues with the heating, cooling, or the plumbing, Accurate is where you need to call. accuratehvac.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Time for sports, and last week's Litter Media Game of the Week, we were out at Huntington High School, and there you see, as the Huntsmen come roaring into your screen, we've got the highlight video ready to go, and you can see this now on our YouTube channel. Look at that young man run. And he comes back with a touchdown.
141 yards and 3 touchdowns that night.
Yeah, Cody Braden, he was our Litter Media Player of the Game, our McDonald's Player of the Game. And it was kind of cool over the weekend. We saw at our Litter Media Player of the Game from several other times ago, talking about Mr. Wolford. Cade Wolford over at Jackson. He's now playing at Kent State, and he's leading the nation in the number of yards receiving after the catch. It's incredible. So congratulations. So you can see all this on our YouTube channel. We're going to Circleville this weekend. It's Amanda Clear Creek. It's a Mid-State League Buckeye Division battle, and we'll see how things play out for you. We'll have a video of that for you with highlights next week about this time.
We couldn't put anything on our website for our Haynes Total Health Care Center High School scoreboard, but we want you to know when the website comes back up, it will be there. So we were posting scores last night on our Litter Media X site. If you feature that, you'll be able to run down there and see most of what we were able to track down. Still trying to get information on the FAC Girls Golf Championship, which was held last night at the Chillicothe Country Club. We've not been able to find anything on that just yet.
Reds got the bats out. Mm-hmm. They tied it at 6-6. Mike went to bed, and then they won.
They won.
So go to bed more often, Mike.
I will.
This guy here, speaking of Tyler Stevenson, he managed to have the bases loaded, and he had a base clearing double, and that gives us the 11-6 victory.
Did you see the home run that Sal hit last night?
I did not.
It hit off the facing of the upper deck in St. Louis.
Is that right?
He crushed
I thought you were going to say, man, it hit the Golden Gate, or not the Golden Gate Bridge, but the...
I think the ball was still going up when it hit the face.
The arch. Yeah.
If it had got out of the stadium, it might have just kept going.
That would have been cool. So, wild card standings, the Mets did not play last night. They were 2.5 games back as they went in, so now they're 2 games back. And they are now tied with the Giants, and I think the Diamondbacks are ahead of them. So the fight continues for the Reds. Guardians had the night off, and they're still 2.5 games back, I believe, in the American League wild card.
They're playing the Tigers tonight. The Phillies, by the way, wrapped up the East in the National League last night, if you're wondering about talking about the Mets. They couldn't catch the Phillies, but they're, like the Reds, are vying for that last wild card spot.
Yeah. And there's 2 weeks left to play. Monday Night Football last night was interesting to watch some of those. Nick Chubb had a touchdown, I believe it was, and Baker Mayfield had a touchdown pass again. Buccaneers are 2-0. We shared the information yesterday, Mike, but your thoughts on Joe Burrow with the injury?
Yeah, I think I had heard we were going to a little bitty volleyball thing up at Amanda, and I heard just before we went into the gym at Amanda that Joe had gone down.
Yeah.
They were helping him off the field, and then I think Adam Scheffler had a post that it was his toe the following morning that he didn't say broken.
No, but they call it turf toe. And if you remember, Archie Griffin had turf toe, and he just never was the same runner again. And I was telling this to my son yesterday, and he says, yeah, that was 70 years ago. I said, technically it's 45 years ago, but still it's just a difficult injury to overcome. It does require surgery, requires about 3 months of recovery. And the thing about it is when we say turf toe, it sounds like, oh, I just stubbed my toe. It's more than that.
Yeah.
It is more than that. So our thoughts are with Joe Burrow. And I saw the suggestion of maybe bringing another quarterback in to help. The Browning kid played pretty well, although he had 3 interceptions. But one of those that I heard as a replacement, gosh, the name escapes me right now. This is due to sleep deprivation, probably. He played for the Browns a couple years ago, ended up going to the Giants. He's now the backup at the Giants. Somebody help me. Can't think of who he is.
I don't know. Russell Wilson starting for him.
I just wonder what if the Browns...
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, yes, has been suggested as a possible make a trade with the Giants and get...
I just wonder how many regrets the Browns have had the last 2 years about some guy named Baker Mayfield. He'll never make it. He's too short. And he's won at Tampa Bay. He's the guy everybody's talking about.
And I think there were, 500 last year, if I'm not mistaken. But, man, he's got...
They were in the playoffs.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But...
They were good in the playoffs. They were scary.
Yeah. They were. But that was the thing. They weren't, we're going to come in and crush you good. They were, and they may or they may not win. They're dangerous.
But the Browns can't even say that. It's almost that we almost won. I love that shirt. I love that shirt. That's the sentiment of Cleveland Browns fans for years.
We always, almost always won.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay
was not the case on Sunday.
Tampa Bay was 10-7 last year, but they crushed the Eagles.
Yeah.
In the regular season.
Yeah.
I was shocked because, again, I was not around the tube on Sunday. I mean, I shouldn't say shocked, but I thought it was interesting that the Eagles put it on KC again.
Oh, when they run the tush push, they jump off sides every single time.
Yeah.
And you can see it when you watch it, and no one ever calls it.
But you hate the Eagles.
But
so
they're also
right.
blatantly cheating.
They blatantly cheat.
Here's something to think about. The second half of last Sunday's game, speaking of a week ago, the Browns, you put that second half against the Bengals with the first half against the Baltimore Ravens. They yielded 4 quarters and allowed only 88 yards offense. Right. The defense I'm speaking of. The defense is playing well. Now, despite the fact that it was 41 points they surrendered, the defense is keeping you in there. I saw a conversation with Joe Thomas yesterday, and he says, this can only go on so long because as a defender, you go out, you do what you can, you force a 3 and out, and they force the opponent to punt. But then if you go with an offense out, 3 and out, you're right back onto the field again.
Right.
And eventually that starts to wear on a defense.
And wasn't one of Baltimore's score either a pick six or a fumble recovery for a touchdown?
Fumble recovery. Joe Flacco regretted the fumble recovery. He says, I was embarrassed by that. And the same with the interception. He should never have thrown that interception. The 2 interceptions against the Bengals, those were tipped balls by Browns receivers. So, it's we almost always win.
Yeah.
Coming up, a look at this date in history. Details are just ahead.
100 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. We're talking litter quality propane, reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people, litter quality propane.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
On this date in history, we're going to step back into the 1830s. Be careful. We don't want to step back too far and slip off into the canal.
Yeah. Compliments to the Ross County Historical Society for this photo. In September of 1831, the Ohio Erie Canal section through Chillicothe was completed, and a grateful citizen had the block you see in this photo carved. It celebrates the vision of Henry Clay, who was instrumental in getting the canal project built. The canal lock was at the Marfield Mill. The mill was roughly where the intersection of Route 104 and Route 35 is today, near Camp Sherman Park. The mill was closed as a possible malaria hazard when Camp Sherman was built during World War I. Now, the wooden beam above where you see the boy's head there in the picture was used to open and close the lock's gate. The stone was created as an enduring monument to the patriotism of Henry Clay. It's been preserved and today sits in the garden behind the Ross County History Center.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so It's still around. It's just not where it was when this photo was taken many years ago.
It's actually the Heritage Center. It's the Historical Society,
Yes.
but it is the Heritage Center. That's one area I've never been. I've never gone into the garden area there where they had the log cabin.
Get back to the garden, Dan.
Yeah, I got to go back to the garden at some point in time. Problem is, I get trouble when I go to the garden.
Pick an apple.
Yes. I have to make sure I take tools with me as well. That's it for today's program. We appreciate you watching here today and listening on Litter Media Radio. Don't forget to follow us throughout the day on our Facebook, YouTube, and social media, all the platforms. I better say Spotify, or else the millennial on the side over here probably wouldn't. He would probably like us to say that. So check Litter Media out on Spotify as well. There we go. And did you put your hand out there again? You see what he's just above? That's his straw from, ironically, McDonald's, which you can see the logo right here as well. That's it for the show. We'll see you tomorrow with another edition of Litter Media Live.